Hey everyone, it's Alexander, the real Mr. Robinson. Welcome to the channel, and this is my review for Cruella, which is the latest, I don't want to say live-action Disney remake because it's not a remake by any means, but basically it's based off the 101 Dalmatians villain, Cruella de Vil. The movie is an origin story about the iconic Disney villain. It's set within 1970s London, and Emma Stone plays Estella, who is a young woman who wants to try to get into the world of fashion design, but she just has no luck at all. There was a terrible tragedy early in her childhood that she had to witness, and eventually she fell down a life of crime. Eventually, she gets her big break in the fashion world when Baroness von Hellman, played by Emma Thompson, hires her as a fashion designer. But the more Estella starts working with the Baroness, the more dark secrets come up about her, to the point where Estella eventually has to embrace her alter ego, Cruella. So for those of you who are new to my channel, first of all, hello there, my name is Alexander Robinson. You can't physically shake my hand through the screen, but whatever. I am currently reviewing all the Disney animated movies from Snow White to Wreck-It Ralph. I've been doing them every Wednesday, or at least I try to, and a couple weeks back I reviewed 101 Dalmatians, one of the Disney movies from the Silver Age, and I thought to myself, you know what? It's weird that I'm reviewing all these animated movies this year because there are no live-action remakes coming out, and then I forgot that Cruella existed. I'm like, oh yeah. Because I'm not the biggest fan of this trend of Disney taking one of their animated movies and adapting them to live action, or in some cases, photorealistic CGI. I can't say I hate all of them because I really loved The Jungle Book from Jon Favreau. I had fun with Guy Ritchie's Aladdin. Cinderella and Maleficent are two of the adaptations that a lot of people say are good, so I like to see them one day. But everything else has just been straight up mediocre or downright garbage. The two worst, in my opinion, are Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland, and funny enough, Jon Favreau's The Lion King. I just think those are the absolute worst. So I didn't really have any expectations going into Cruella. And as somebody who's not a big fan of this trend whatsoever, this was a lot of fun. One of the main reasons why this movie works better than some of the others is that it's not a remake. It's not adapting one of the previous animated movies. Instead, it's its own thing. I mean, it's a prequel, so you know eventually things happen to get Cruella to be the villain that she is. But the movie itself I find to be completely original, to the point where I even forgot I was watching a movie produced by Disney. It's like, wait, this is a prequel to 101 Dalmatians. This is an origin story for one of Disney's most iconic villains. After a while, even with knowing that Emma Stone is Cruella, you kind of forget that you're watching a movie within the same category as the other Disney live-action adaptations. As for Emma Stone herself, she absolutely nails this role. As Estella, she's hopeful, but also sometimes awkward, sort of an introvert type of character. But as Cruella, she's smooth, she's deliciously evil. I mean, she doesn't really do that many evil things. It's just more like she's trolling people, or one specific person. And she's just a lot of fun when she embraces both personalities. And opposite to her is Emma Thompson, who is just so wonderful in the role. She is so strict. I don't think there's ever a point where her character actually smiles, but you can just feel the sense of elitism in her character. And she works great opposite Emma Stone. Now, the movie does bring in Cruella's two bumbling henchmen, Jasper and Horace, and Joel Fry plays Jasper, and he's fun. He's more the straight man than anything. But Walter Hauser as Horace, next to Emma Stone and Emma Thompson, he steals the show. He's so funny, so likable as Horace. And I think all three of these actors, Emma Stone, Joel Fry, and Walter Hauser, work great together. All three of these actors have great camaraderie with each other. They really feel like a family. And it's just fun seeing them act opposite each other. Now, obviously, this is a movie that revolves around fashion design, and it would have been stupid if the costume design was not up to par with what a movie like this should be, and thankfully it is. Every single piece of wardrobe that Emma Stone and Emma Thompson wear looks great. It's either colorful or just fits their characters perfectly. One of the things that I truly didn't expect this movie to be was a heist film, and it kind of works in that low-rate Mission Impossible type manner, but I don't say that as an insult to this movie at all, because it works well. It's got some great sequences where Cruella is just causing all kinds of hell for the Baroness, and it keeps escalating to a point where you wonder what's going to happen next. Unfortunately, there's so much going on in this movie that it ultimately feels too long. And this movie's over 2 hours, and I honestly didn't see any reason for it to be this long. And when we get to the end of the movie, there's some big reveals that take place involving Cruella's backstory, and there are just a few things at the end that made me go, really, we're doing this? I'm not really disliking what they reveal at the end of the movie. It wasn't enough to make me roll my eyes. But at the same time, I just thought, wow, that's kind of lazy that you just throw all this exposition on us. I mean, I don't know. The rest of the movie is so enjoyable that it's not enough to ruin it for me. For a movie that I really didn't have that many expectations for, considering this trend that I really don't like, I think this is probably the best since The Jungle Book. Like I said before, it's not really an adaptation of one of the original Disney movies. It's more of a prequel, so it's allowed to be its own thing. And the cast is great, the costumes look amazing, the soundtrack is awesome and really fits the movie considering that it takes place within the punk rock movement of 1970s England. It's a lot of fun. I would say it's good, but it's not great. I've already stated some of the problems I have with the movie, that I think it's a little too long, and the way the movie just gives us all these big reveals in the last half, I'm like, okay, I guess we're doing this. So yeah, it's one of the better live-action Disney adaptations out there. And there you go, that's my review for Cruella. I hope you enjoyed it. And now I want to know what you guys think about the movie. If you've seen it, what did you think? Whatever the case may be, let me know in the comments below. And until next time, this is the real Mr. Robinson telling you there's only one. Hello everyone, I just wanted to say thank you all for watching my review for Cruella. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell button to get notifications. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, go check out my Twitch channel, and support me on Patreon. I'll see you guys in the next video, but until then, have a good day and take care of yourselves.